morning, evening, day or night, kind of nuts and kind ladies and gentlemen who quest or troll the wonderful land of YouTube. My name's Trolumbo.
And my name is Metal FH.
And welcome to another Limelight Lounge with today's very special guest. Well, this is gonna be a mouthful. How do we actually pronounce your name in the right way?
Well, I usually go by my pseudonym, ARMR. So you can just call me ARMR.
That sounded like what it should be pronounced at for us, because I thought it would be short for armor, so yeah. Okay, we're here with Armor.
Round 1. Introduction.
Let's just get into the first, kind of easy question, which is just letting you introduce yourself. That's basically what it is, letting you introduce yourself and your channel. Like, briefly.
Alright, so I'm ARMR and I specialize in tabletop role-playing games like Pathfinder and Dungeons & Dragons, and also generally in RPGs because I'm an RPG addict.
Yeah. So, well, we'll get back to the content by itself later, but what I wanted to ask now, that you said like your name ARMR, where did that come from, and why was it like written that way as well?
Well, you actually pointed it out really well, and you've been the only one. It's actually an acronym from my name. I'm a first Spanish speaker, and my full name is Ángel Rafael Miranda Rivera. So the first letter of every word is ARMR, so I went with ARMR.
That's actually like a really condensed, quick, but it's a good backstory. And it goes, well... That's a quick one. Whoa, kind of surprised me.
Yeah,
so,
I read in a book that people that their names spell out, like the first letter of every name spells out a word, they tend to be more successful. So I was like, maybe.
Well, the problem is for my real name, it would be the word that we use for a bra here, so that's not really that good. You had to come up with that name because, well, you wanted to start a YouTube channel, but why did you start that YouTube channel? Why? What got you to do so?
Well, originally I wanted to do tabletop RPG design, and I do have a tabletop RPG design mini company, which is also ARMR Studios. And I decided I want to promote my products through YouTube. So I started doing that, and that evolved into me doing the Let's Role plays and the rants and everything else that came after that.
And I guess we can get into the second round, which would be a little more in-depth.
Round 2. The obligatory in-depth uber awesome question round.
And I have a standard question that I always start with because it's an easy one. Well, it might be an easy one. It depends on whoever gets the question, I suppose. So, what is your schedule look like? But I'm not only talking about like upload schedule, but like recording schedule as well. What do those look like?
Well, I generally tend to upload once a day, from Monday to Friday, and usually I'm recording on Saturdays, and I record everything I want to do for the rest of the week. And usually I have 2 videos on Wednesdays. I try to make it like as packed as I can, because I hear that for a channel to be as successful as it can be, you have to keep putting a lot of content out.
Yeah, well, we're doing daily stuff as well, so I think we're trying to do it that way too.
Oh yeah.
You said that you have different stuff that you do. You talked briefly about rants, and you talked about, well, your Let's Roleplay. So, would you mind elaborating a bit on those for people who haven't seen your channel? Just talking about your content briefly.
Sure. I mean, my rants and ramblings are just that. I sit in front of a camera, I just rant and ramble about a certain topic that I feel like rant and rambling about. My Let's Role plays, it's just your run-of-the-mill LP, but I try to make it as if I was playing with a game master and I will be a player, and I have dice rolls sometimes to, spice things up. Besides that, I have Line of Sight, which is a news type of program where I talk about up-and-coming tabletop role-playing games and stuff like that. And besides that, I also have Gia's Quest, which is based off of a spell in Dungeons & Dragons, where I talk about my experiences as a player, and I talk about the games I played in. And next week, I'm actually gonna start a new, at the time of this recording, next week, I'm gonna start up a new program called Legend Lore, where I'm gonna talk about different monsters in role-playing games.
But you said like that you take the element of the role-playing into games, but then again you have something that you add as well. You have like something that you take from games, then actually take it into reality and then reapply it to games. And I'm talking about your NPCs.
Oh yeah, man, those guys actually they came from. I'm a huge fan of the Spoony one. He's a really old YouTuber and he has a lot of characters. And when I was making my web show, I also wanted to make it because I like reviews, but nobody reviews tabletop role-playing games. So I decided, you know what, I want to do that because nobody's doing it, so I'm gonna do it. So I do the reviews, and I wanted to have characters as well. So I actually thought of different characters that I've used in the past in different games, and I'm like, how can I use these guys in real life? And that's how I came up with Jim, Rancor, Nathan, every other NPCs that I've actually used, like you said, in games in the past, and I use them now in real life.
Yeah, I know it might be like picking one of your children or something, but what would be your favorite NPC then?
Ooh, man, that's different. From having fun, definitely Jim, because he's crazy and it's really fun to act like him. But he's the most difficult one because his voice is so grating. From a voice standpoint, Rancor, because his voice is really simple to do, and honestly, it's actually soothing to the throat.
Well, you touched on this briefly, I suppose, because you said something in the same vein. But what I want to ask, since we are kind of like similar to interviewers and reporters to some extent, and we always want to get like a fresh scoop. So, what I want to ask is there something new coming to your channel? Something that will be entirely different from what you're doing, or like something that's somewhat in the same vein as what you're doing now, but new?
Well, like I mentioned before, I'm gonna have the Legend Lore series where I'm gonna talk about different monsters that are in different games, but not just about the monster, more about where they got them from. For example, they have monsters that are cryptids in real life, like the Chupacabras, and a couple of tabletop role-playing games, and I want to talk about those monsters in real life and how they were placed in the game. Besides that, I'm eventually gonna start talking about the updates to the video games that I'm making, and also keep updating on the tabletop role-playing games that I'm making, and more tabletop reviews.
Yeah. So you're basically gonna give like the myth behind the creatures, and
Yeah.
elaborate a little bit on the creatures themselves to some extent as well.
Yep, with pretty pictures.
So I think we can move on to the random questions. Add some randomness to this.
Round 3. The rando round.
First random question. What is your favorite game of 2015?
Favorite game of 2015? Man, Bloodborne. Definitely Bloodborne.
Second random question. Have you ever had actual haters leaving bad comments?
Yeah, actually, I did a rant on a World of Warcraft, on the World of Warcraft trailer, because I said the movie's gonna suck. Because the graphics look horrible, the story is probably gonna be crap, and I have people saying, "Oh, your rant sucks. Stick to doing." It was like, "Oh, your reviews suck," and I'm like, "This is not even a review. This is just a rant. What is wrong with you?"
Okay, and the last random question. What type of content do you watch on YouTube?
I like to watch other ranters and comedy. Comedy, ranters, and a couple of Let's Players. I watch a couple of Let's Players as well.
Well, I can understand if people don't watch that many Let's Plays or something, because, well, I get easily bored if I watch too much gaming stuff or something, so I switch it up as well.
Yeah.
You're sitting there. Yeah.
Well, what I usually watch is Game Grumps because they suck at video games, but their comedy is really good.
Yeah, those are the only real Let's Play videos that I can watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Round 4. the mailbox.
So, I think we have a question.
Me too.
Yeah, like a question that was left by Text Stomper.
Ooh.
Would you ever do voice acting?
Oh, hells yeah. I love it, man. It's like, oh. The hardest part of doing the Let's Roleplays is remembering which character has what voice. So usually the nameless game master is like, oh yeah, I gave him a different voice, what up?
Now it's up to you to just leave a question for Cheesy Mr. Poof then.
Does he prefer cheesy balls or cheesy curls?
Well, yeah.
Because I know you guys are gonna ask him why the name Cheesy Mr. Poof, and I'm very interested in that, so you guys are already gonna ask that.
Yeah.
But why a poof and not a cheesy ball?
Isn't it time to check the Twitterverse for whatever questions we put on there?
Okay, you asked, do you like tabletop games? And if so, what is your favorite one?
And then obviously we have some answers, and the first one
No,
was...
we only have one answer.
Oh, we have one answer? It was Sir Race.
And he said that he likes Dungeons and Dragons, Monopoly.
What are you doing? It says Yahtzee.
Yeah, but it's just weird to pronounce. Do you write it like that?
I don't know, it looks weird, but that's... You know what's supposed to be there, so I don't...
Yahtzee. Clue.
Is there a game called Sorry, or is that...
I think there's a game called Sorry.
Yeah, there's a board game called Sorry.
Okay.
Ah, yeah.
Munchkins and Risk. The favorite one is Dungeons and Dragons.
Do you like board games?
Tabletop
games.
You're asking the tabletop guy about whether or not he likes table. No, I hate it. It's horrible. I'm doing this because I got captured. People are making me do this. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I started 10 years ago, man, and I love it, and I play every chance I get.
Which ones are your favorites?
My favorite one is the one I hate the most as well. It's called Anima Beyond Fantasy, and I hate it because it's really convoluted. The rules are stupid. It's really badly written. It was translated with Google Translate, I guess, because the translation was really bad. But I love the game. Like, that was the first. What took me to make tabletop reviews was that game, because I wanted a review of that game, so I did it, and that was actually one of my first videos ever.
You know what my favorite tabletop game is?
No?
It's right there.
You mean like this? One Night Ultimate Werewolf?
One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
Wait, we don't get paid for this?
Oops.
At least don't say who made it.
Okay. One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
Yeah.
We also have Munchkins,
Yeah, that's there somewhere.
Smash Up,
That's
Zombie Flux,
Yeah, that's also somewhere.
Love Letter.
Most of them are somewhere over there, I suppose. Yeah, there they are.
I think they're all over there.
Yeah.
So you asked, what upcoming games are you looking forward to, either in the remainder of this year or in 2016?
Easy, Dark Souls 3 all the way.
That was also a predictable answer, but well, since you're our guest now, I guess we could just ask the same questions about tabletop games as well. Is there anything you're looking forward to when it comes to like tabletop games that is coming out?
To be quite honest, besides the stuff I'm making, let's see. Right now, one of my favorite companies called Paiso's they already released all their books they're gonna release for this year, but I'm looking forward to what Wizards of the Coast is gonna do for Dungeons and Dragons next year, because this year was really weak. A lot of people weren't satisfied with what they did, so we're hopefully gonna see better stuff next year.
What is our other random question on Twitter?
What is your pet peeve? Or on the other hand, what do you hate with a passion?
So there were two people who were like, I don't know, questing the Twitterverse, and they came up with an answer, and the first of them being, well, Onyx Razel. What did she say?
She said people that purposefully tell false information in order to further harm victims. That is the only thing she has no show with. Sir Race replied to that saying that he agrees with Onyx, and also for him when people don't try their hardest for something.
Yeah.
And Skittles.
Why Skittles? They're so good!
I don't know.
Maybe because old people can choke on them or something. It could happen.
He probably had a bad experience where somebody mixed the Skittles with the M&Ms.
That can be gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the same question. What would be your, well, it was a two-parted question actually, because it was a pet peeve, so something banal actually, and something that you really hate.
I mean, for me, hate is a really big word. So honestly, I would say like my pet peeve or something that I really dislike is people that victimize themselves. I dislike that so much because, you know, in real life, I'm a teacher, and a lot of my students like to victimize themselves, and I'm like, no, do the work.
What I really hate is what people who are offended way too easily.
Yeah, that's also really annoying.
Oh yeah.
Or just find everything you say or do offensive.
Yeah. And on the other hand, I really hate people that want to sugarcoat something. It's like, this bad thing happened. Oh yeah, no, this bad thing happened. Why should it be sugarcoated?
Yeah, say it like it is.
Yeah.
Be blunt. You asked, what is the greatest Christmas present that you have ever gotten?
And so we had Onyx Razel and Sir Raze again. But what did they say?
Onyx said, a Super Junior poster. It was the last one with all the numbers on it. And Sir Ray said, I didn't know it was my best Christmas present at the time, but my PS1 back in the day.
Yeah, because it started him out with video games.
So what is your greatest Christmas present that you've ever gotten?
I think, because I can't remember every single Christmas because I have a really bad memory, but from what I can remember, the first year I dated my wife, she got me a set of dice that they have thorns and it's made of metal. And they look so friggin' brutal.
So you asked on Twitter, what does the ultimate sandwich look like? And it's not a Ninja Sex Party reference.
It wasn't at the time, but when I wrote it, well, yeah, it became one. Oh yeah, there was an answer to that one. And this time it wasn't Sir Raze or Onyx Razel.
What is this madness?
No, it's a weird Christmas wolf. Oh my god,
It's Weird Wolf.
it's Weird Wolf with a Christmas hat.
And he said, bread, sauce, salad, ham, grilled, chasse.
Chasse?
No, he means cheese probably.
I hope so.
More ham, bread, order Mayfairy. So you can also have sauce, bread,
That's not.
then again bread, salad.
I don't think that's what he means. with
More ham, then ham.
Yeah. Sorry, Weird Wolf, you brought this on yourself. So, what would be your ultimate sandwich?
So you start obviously with the bread, then you put some Dijon mustard, then you put some bacon, then you get some prime Angus ground beef, you make it into a patty with cheese on the inside, you put that there, then you put cheddar cheese on the top, more bacon, then you add ketchup, mayonnaise, and you put it on other bread, and then you eat that up.
That sounds like a good sandwich.
Yeah.
There's lots of bacon
Also,
in it.
you haven't tried it for a burger yet, like a patty with cheese in it.
Yeah, that's not something that happened.
So you asked, if you were a game character, which one would you be?
And then we had an answer. Well, one of them is Onyx Razel, but We have the Wheeled Gamer as well.
Whoa.
What did they say?
Onyx Razel said Zoe Taylor from Bully, obviously. And Real Gamer said Altair from Assassin's Creed, the first one.
But which video game character would you be?
That's a tough question. I think I would go with Mega Man X because he's my favorite one of my favorite franchises.
Well, there's only one thing left to do now. And let's move on to the final round.
Round 5. The sales pitch.
It might be an easy round for you, I suppose. Because it kind of depends on from person to person if it's easy or if it's not. But I guess we can get right through it. And what we're gonna do now is the sales pitch. So it's kind of easy to understand what well, the use is for this particular segment. It's just a brief sales pitch. So I think we can give you the floor for this short sales pitch. Go ahead, why should people check out your channel and your content?
Heyo players, ARMR here with some exciting news. You want to know about tabletop role-playing games, you like RPGs? Of course you do, that's why you're watching this. So come see ARMR Studios where we'll talk about upcoming RPGs, upcoming RPG games, upcoming tabletop RPGs. I also have some skits with my friendly co-host, the NPC, starting Jim, Rancor, among the other ones. You want to hear the voices? I can give you the voices if you want to hear the voices. Oh my god, the voices that ARMR can do are crazy and great! Also, I do something called Let's Roleplays, where a nameless game master runs games and ARMR plays them on the sound of different dice rolls. So, come on down to ARMR Studios. I command you!
Well, maybe some people are gonna be like scared, like, oh no, now we have to do it.
Good, let them be scared. Weed out the weak ones.
Okay guys, this has been our Limelight Lounge with our very special guest, ARMR. Was that too long of a dramatic pause?
Yeah.
Yeah? It lost its drama?
Yeah, it became comedic.
I have a flair for the dramatic.
Is there such thing as a comedic pause now?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
Whoa!
pause for laughter.
Damn, now I'm gonna have to study the theory of pauses. What's the longest pause called?
When you just pause a movie and go take a shit or something.
Oh no.
That's the longest pause, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I suppose you added something funny to this video as well again. Yay! So you can stay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about searching for a new co-host, but I don't.
That's me.
Yeah. Okay. I will catch you guys in the next video. Say bye to ARMR. Thanks for watching our video. Did you like that video? Don't forget to like it if you like it. If you don't like it as well.
Leave a comment and share the video with your friends.
Don't forget to subscribe and be real, Lolzosaurus.
See you in the next video.